Oh, we got people in chat over here. Doobie2's like posting links and.
Oh, there you go. Doobie's on the money, dude.
And top
Doobie
of your head.
rocks.
We ain't even like up yet, and like he's over here already got all the links going down. Trying to get my windows all squared away at this new setup. Y'all may have noticed.
Oh, what?
It's a little sweeter than it was last you seen it.
I like the slogan, patience over profits.
That's shit. I'm going to drop out of this one.
Y'all didn't see that? Yeah, I've been noticing a lot of people out there. I saw an interesting, what got me thinking about that was, you know me, I'm always on Reddit first. Like, that's where I always, like, retreat to, even when I'm not anywhere else. Like, I read Reddit on the toilet. That's like my daily reader. John's bathroom reader, you know?
Yeah.
So, I've been noticing there was this lady that was just being really hateful on, you all know about microgrowery, right? We've talked about that before on the show.
Yeah.
There's also one for people that are more badass than microgrowery. It's called macrogrowery. Makes sense, right? It's for people that are like banging out warehouses or rooms or, you know, growing on a commercial scale of some sort, not, you know, the traditional, you know, hobby grower, which is more like the microgrowery community. And this lady's just been in there like shitting on people's posts because like their plants didn't look super healthy or they thought that was a commercial op. Ha. And I was just like, what the fuck, dude? I don't understand how people can get so freaking high horse about things. And this kind of brings us back to that like comment where your content got reposted there, UCG, and you didn't exactly get credit for it. It's really easy to, you know, for people in the community, it seems like to get high up there and freaking, you know, forget about the fact that we're growing a plant for patients for people that have problems, you know.
Well, some people don't want to. Some people they become a patient, so they themselves aren't realizing that they may be taking away from someone else. You know what I'm saying?
No, these aren't people that are patients. A lot of these people don't even smoke.
Oh, okay. I'm misunderstanding you then.
Don't smoke I'm talking about people that freaking, you know, only smoke for fun, not for necessarily even need.
Gotcha.
Not necessarily that was just a case of somebody taking, you know, profit over patients.
Gotcha. Man, that's terrible.
Using somebody's freaking, you know, work to, you know, sell shit. And then not giving credit for it.
Yeah, you should definitely always give credit where credit's due. And I think that, you know.
Remember these days? I think
what
for
was
the
that?
show, I'm going to use this as a crutch.
A crutch?
I know. Is that kind of blasphemous?
No.
To use a lumberjack card as a crutch?
They're tools, not crutches. Why is Mike being so quiet? Why doesn't he have anything to say?
Is just Mike's on mute? He's probably pooping or something.
Probably. Maybe too much coffee. Too much coffee.
Never enough coffee.
You guys know when I need to poop, all right? Don't
worry.
I'll wrap up on the weird story from the Dew from last week. Just so you know, the magazine has been removed from the toilet and is no longer in the toilet. So the toilet is now operational at 7-Eleven again, at least for me. They don't let the hobos in there still.
That's probably a good thing.
No, I don't know. I like Salt Lake where they allow you to like bathe in freaking convenience stores.
Is that necessary though?
What, bathing in a convenience store?
Yeah.
It's all perspective, man.
Sometimes.
If you need to bathe in a convenience store, you're going to be like, yeah, well, they should totally allow us to do that. If you were never going to be in a situation, you're probably going to be like, fuck those people. We shouldn't be letting them bathe in our convenience stores.
True.
Every time
you're right. It is perspective.
Every time I was hopping Greyhounds, I would get off in Utah and come on back on the bus all fresh, and people were like, "What the fuck did you do?" And I'm like, "Oh, dude, I went and took a shower at this gas station." And they were like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Yeah, there's showers back there and clean towels." If you provide basic social services for everyone,
Yes.
even the hobos are clean.
Yes. That I believe that is.
I love to hear people fucking rant and rave about some kind of problem that they perceive in society, and I go, well, if it's a problem in society, then it's society's problem. So we need to change that, you know.
It's yes.
Well, yeah. The only other thing
American
is
one, Doobie 2, fix him.
Hey guys, I'm glad y'all are in chat holding it down. Y'all rock. You all rock. Every one of you. Doobie, you're the man.
The man with the plan. Oh, wait. There.
Damn. You just
Kinda
turned into
look like
Wookie Kush.
kind of like Lefty when you do that. Really, yeah, like Lefty and Milky Kush had a baby.
Yeah. Man, he put that hat on and he turned right into Wookie Kush. I was like, damn.
This guy.
This guy
Goober with a
probably has
goober.
some weed for sale. Let me talk to him. Hey, my man.
What? You have
So where does this actually go down in the
I got the best hat pins ever. I got Morty Ario getting devoured by the piranha plant. And, of course, Rikachu.
Those are pretty nice, but I just can't pull hats off, so I don't have the right.
Anyone can pull hats off. People always assume that I wear hats because I'm bald or something or balding, and I'm like, dude, I got so much fucking hair, I don't even know what to do with it. Shit falls in my face. I wear hats to keep that shit out of my face.
Well, it's just like because you have a weird hairline, your hair doesn't actually know what to do with itself. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, you're definitely not balding.
I've always kind of had a widow's peak. I mean, it's gotten a little more pronounced since I've gotten older, but like for pushing 40, it's probably not going to happen anywhere.
Yeah, who the fuck
Other
cares?
than migrate back
I mean,
every few years.
Yeah. I mean, we can't all be perfect specimens of humans.
Oh,
exactly. I mean, there's only a few of us that are actually perfect.
Perfection is. Hey, you know what, Mike? Did you get an email this week from dudism.com regarding your privacy policy update and ordination status?
I didn't. Well, I maybe have. They might have been.
Check your email. I guarantee you did.
What happens now? Is Trump going to kill us dudists? What's going on?
No, they want you to sign in and like update your privacy policy because everybody has to now.
No, I don't have to do anything. So.
No, I mean all the websites have to.
Yeah, that's all because of those stupid new laws.
Thanks, Vesta.
Yeah,
making us safer from internet trolls and child rape.
It took my back page away, so I'm really upset about that. Really, more than anything.
We know.
Well, you know,
you constantly
I hear that just means they're all out on the street now. Which
I've heard nothing but negatives about what they have done.
It makes it a buyer's market though. So you know there is that.
No, now there's pimps again.
The distressed market is a buyer's market.
Yeah. No one wants to deal with pimps.
I don't know. I see a dude that rolls around in the fucking neighborhood not too far from where the freaking Star Killer base is, and and I'm going to use this phrase as kindly as I can. This nigga has a Jeep, like a 2014, 2015 Wrangler, and it is slammed to the ground on 24s. It is burgundy and cream with blackout windows all around. And I literally pulled up next to this black lady at a freaking stoplight as this dude rolled by in opposing traffic. And we both had our windows down. And I was like, dude, I bet he got the cane and the fucking gold tooth and everything, and she just fucking fell the fuck out. I mean, it's like that. How fucking like ridiculously flaunty rich do you have to get off of somebody else's freaking efforts?
Different people have different motivations. I don't understand it, but we should definitely take care of everybody, in my opinion.
Like I said, when you see a social problem, that means it's society's problem.
Hard times make humble people, is what I got to say. So, I don't know.
How the hell can you say that with like our particular generation being like considered the most entitled and least humble generation?
Yeah,
I mean, I know some of us aren't, but
yeah. Well, for one, I'm from the Midwest, so automatically we're like super known as being super polite and on a general note. You know what I mean? But I don't really see that in our generation. I think we get mixed in with millennials too.
I'm a douchebag Southern Californian.
Yeah, we're just people that hate life. We're like, millennials that kill themselves at really high rates is what we are. Yeah, I don't know.
It's sad.
Yeah.
But that gets back to the patience over profits, and it's I'm watching this go on. We were kind of discussing this on our phone call the other day about how like mainstreaming this is going to make not only opportunity for those of us already in the industry in certain areas and what we'll title for the sake of argument, emerging markets for cannabis. There's a lot of profit to be made and a lot of exploitation of people's desire to get a hold of good product. It doesn't really matter what, and there's a lot of greed out there.
Yes.
Oh, I think we have to stop we can stop the greed at the federal level though, because I'm fine with people buying if they don't want to grow and they want to buy, and I'm fine with that. But you can't complain about not having access if the laws allow you to grow your own. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So that's kind of how I feel. And then if you choose not to grow your own and you'd rather go to a rec store and buy it, or you want to try some fancy new brands, then you have the right to do that. So I'm fine with there's got to be some capitalism involved with the system or it won't work. But we gotta be able to grow.
This goes back to the pimps. If you make something legal and regulate it in some fashion, or at least decriminalize it and let it regulate itself, as a lot of places in like Europe have tended to do. They just said, okay, we're not going to bother wasting money trying to make people pay penance for these crimes that aren't really hurting anybody. So as far as things like drugs and sex and whatever, we're not gonna touch it. They just let it regulate itself. There's neighborhoods where you can get what you want to get. It is what it is. But nobody, goes to fucking prison forever for minor, non-violent, non-offensive, crimes.
Yeah, you should never go to jail if you're committed a non-violent crime. Maybe community service, pick up trash, clean the rivers, do something productive for your community.
I've personally lost over a year of my life to the fucking penal system for nothing but pot.
Me too. I went to jail for 30 days when I was 18. I had a college scholarship, free ride and I lost it all because I spent 30 days in jail they charged me with marijuana, possession, or a manufacture of paraphernalia. I mean, just all kinds of crazy. Anything they could charge you with, they threw the fucking book on me.
Do you have a snorkel and an avocado?
I had all kinds of crazy bongs. I mean, you know what's actually funny, though, is years later I tried to join the military, and I was automatically disqualified because of that charge. Because it's an enabler charge. Which
you tried?
Yeah, it was like way after 9/11. I was like, I don't know, in my mid-20s. I was just bored, had nothing to do with my life. I was like, oh, fuck it. I'm just going to join the military, I guess, to go see the world.
I was talking with Lefty about this the other day, and all right, you had to step away for a second. I was talking to Lefty the other day about this, how I fully support Israel's choice to force every person to serve in the military for 2 years.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to really see where I stand.
I think that would give a lot more direction to a lot of young people if you were automatically just steered that way right out of high school for a couple of years, not forever, just like a 2-year term or 18 months or something. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. I guess
Get
it
a little
just matters
discipline,
doing
teach you how to work as a fucking
what,
team.
though. Like, I'd much rather it be like 2 years as like everyone has to do 2 years as Peace Corps, where they travel the world and go to shit countries.
Yeah, that's what Lefty was saying. He's like, we'll give them non-violent options. I'm like, yeah, that's fine too, but they should go through like boot camp and learn how to freaking like, work as a squad,
survive.
with other people.
That should be what high school is. Yeah.
If you don't go to college and have that kind of like bond formation for a couple of years, I am a big believer that higher education, for the most part, is a form of late pubescent, early life bonding that enables you to make relationships that are going to last you the test of time.
Yeah. We don't have that anymore. We have internet now, so we don't need real life community.
Who needs interpersonal relationships? And that's the big thing that I think is fucking making our generation, like you said, kill itself in record numbers.
And now we've got VR headsets for everybody, and that shit's gonna make it even worse on the youth.
Oh yeah, I've seen them at the discount store now for like $9.
It's just us that sees it though, because we've seen it before and we see it after. The kids will have never seen it before. It'll just be the norm for them. So they won't question it. You know what I mean?
I want to mod one of those things out to look like it's a face sucker.
Yeah, I will totally rock a sweet ass VR system. Yeah, all day long. They're expensive.
I think the more that you connect, the less connected you become from yourself and society as a whole. And I think if people just reconnected not only with nature and with themselves, but just reconnected with each other, sit down and have a conversation with your son, your daughter, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, and just connect with them.
That's one thing that my son and I have that's stronger than most families, just because it's just the two of us here. Yeah, we tight.
It makes communication. I mean, and I'm not talking about a text message or a phone call. I'm talking about actual communication where you're sitting together and talking is key to every bit of your health. If you cannot communicate,
life, and it fucking does me well, homie. I do that like beyond my family and my own freaking interpersonal relationships. To the person on the street, to the guy who freaking gets my coffee or whatever, I will strike up drives Lefty nuts because he's like, oh man, you talk to fucking everyone. I'm
well,
like,
you have to though.
I'm not
the
here
communication
just because
key.
I'm cruising through your line doesn't mean I'm just here to like cruise through your line. You know,
right? There's a reason for everything.
Adventure, man, and you're gonna be on it.
Yep.
Every fucking person who fucking touches my life remembers who the fuck I am, and when I walk back into somewhere, everybody who knows who me, oh, it's that guy.
Yeah, I do that without even kind of realizing I do it. I just have a presence.
Yep.
Important. I just like it's important to recognize everybody for what they do,
and not only what they do, but for who they actually are. Because a lot of people feel they don't. A lot of people do not get recognized for who they truly are.
Human beings, not just the jockey behind the whatever.
Right. You're not just a coffee jockey. You're not just the guy that took my fucking change or handed me back my change. You're a human being that needs a connection on a human level.
I find cannabis facilitates that fucking ton.
It does help
all the time, and they'd be like, "You smell."
It does help open doors.
Like, yes, I do. Why?
It will open doors.
I do smell good. Whew.
What are you smoking on there?
Not seaweed. Lefty yells at me when I smoke seaweed on live streams.
Not seaweed.
Well, I'm notorious for like being that guy who smokes whatever.
Yeah, no, I mean
Lefty yells says, "Don't be smoking trash on the goddamn live stream. So I'm smoking some California Classic Gorilla Glue 4 here.
Yeah.
California Classic Gorilla Glue 4.
We'll use a piece of paper. Focus. It always looks better on paper.
It ain't gonna focus.
It ain't gonna focus. Focus. Ah, it focused.
Barely.
Yeah, it's always trying to fuck us. Let it try.
No. And it won't squish, and it won't stick to my finger quite either. It's been sitting on Lefty's desk for a minute, but it's not seaweed. Not seaweed. Labeled bag.
So where is Lefters?
He's probably doing Family Day today.
Oh, I see.
He may or may not tune in. He's around.
If you're listening, big shout out to Lefty.
That's right. Shout out to you, brother Lefty. I hope you're there, bro.
We missed each other like ships in the night. I've noticed that I'm not sure if he's actually subscribed to this channel. I might have to like bump him.
Oh, he
Oh,
probably
damn, he
do.
should be.
Well, he should be, but
You know, yeah.
he gets sidetracked, man. He's got a lot going on too. He's juggling a lot of balls.
Fucking busy man, dude.
Yes, he is. We all have our busyness. I'm glad we were actually able to come together in communion today, guys. Like, this is awesome. I've missed this.
Go you good.
Yeah, I'm glad Hash Church came back on, dude.
Yeah, dude, it blew my mind.
I've been listening.
I was like, holy crap, Hash Church exists again. Don't feel bad, guys. Like, I've got shit on my board from like November 13th.
Good damn.
Yeah.
From my old office, I was like, damn, dude, that was the last time I was that on the ball before shit just fucking like exploded, and I was like,
Oh.
Yeah, everyone's coming back to YouTube because none of the other ones are going to be viable outlets for them.
I say we re-upload. I think that's the. I told everybody about Rucka Rucka. That's how he beat YouTube with songs like "Fuck YouTube."
Yeah,
Like so. He did it and like even got and he got his followers to just re-upload his content and just didn't care.
Yeah, do
like,
what the Heneps are doing.
If I can't post it, people will post it. They'll re-upload it.
Yeah, they went Henep 1, Henep 2, Henep 3. Eventually, they're going to stop banning you. And honestly, from what I was reading from someone else who like contacted their lawyers, a lot of it had to do with people listing seed sites and their links, like because that was promoting drug use to non-legal states. Even if it was legal in your state, just linking a seed site was fucking people.
I have Ocean Grown in my freaking headline on my personal channel, not on this channel, I don't think.
Hey, it's in my banner too.
Ocean Grown's in my banner.
Yeah, but I'm talking like linking.
Here's the deal. Ocean Grown's website does not explicitly show you how to get seeds, nor does Lumberjack. It's all through a fucking like proxy. That's why I was holding up that Lumberjack card earlier with the password.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because remember those days back when and now it's changed and they're not doing it like that anymore, and you can't even like really get shit done anyway through the website. Pretty much it's all money order and whatever, just because they're watching, dude. They're fucking watching everyone, and certain companies are smart enough to not be greedy and know that they can, you know, maybe limit their business but still do just fine. And this brings us back to that patience over profit. That's why I've always liked Ocean Grown. Me and Lefty were talking about this the other day. He tried a couple other beans, and we ran them fucking sherbs and had a bunch of fucking balls on them and ran some wedding.
I seen that. I seen the post. I seen the post. Yeah.
We're like,
that kind of stuff.
God. And I'm like, dude, I told you, fucking Ocean Grown, man. Those fuckers weren't fucking around. We learned from them, and we fucking like bought their genetics, and we had a good time. Except for, I mean, there was a couple bumps, but any bump that they was always like supported back. They were like, "Oh, right on that. Like, we'll handle that," or explained what the fuck happened, or like, you know, offered a fucking another pack in exchange, or you know, they were always straight with us. You know what I mean? And a lot of these other seed companies are being greedy and just making sales. Those fucking apple sherbets were from Colorado. That's like, really?
They got a pretty good reputation, right?
As far as I'm aware, I mean, he gets a lot of money for his packs. I think his packs are like $160 to $220.
God damn. Fuck that, man. That counts me out right there. I'm not doing that.
Vimeo kick Dago. Reservation Fire, what up, dude? I didn't even see you there. Sorry.
Of Ocean Girl.
Diamond?
Yeah, what's messed up about that too is you actually pay to be on Vimeo. It's not free. You have to pay them.
Oh, really? For any hosting over X amount? I mean, there's some kind of
hosting at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Vimeo's not. Vimeo's like an artsy site. When they were all talking about going to Vimeo, I was like, I don't think so. They don't allow vlogs. They don't allow a lot of stuff. Like, you can find a lot of weird shit on Vimeo, but yeah, I didn't think they were going to allow them to happen either.
They gave. Did you see that post from Dago?
Fucking feds. Yeah.
Dago they gave Dago his money back. Did you see where that post on Instagram?
Mm-hmm. Well, they have to. He paid for a service, and they refused.
Right.
They
were like, you know, we ain't gonna let you do this shit, this cannabis shit.
Yeah, they don't want to deal with it. Yeah, they don't want them all going to Vimeo. They do not want that. So the place right now is Instagram, and Instagram's owned by Facebook, so that could end at any second too. There really is no outlet until the feds change it. So
well, Instagram doesn't really like you saving your content on there for long periods, though you can, I guess, if you add it to your story, but it's still gone after a day or two, you know? It's not like you go back and rewatch somebody's content. You have to be up somebody's ass to fucking like not miss anything that they put out on Instagram. You gotta be up there. Like all the way up there.
We just have to follow them. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't miss it like beat. Like I missed some shit because I've been fucking busy and I ain't had time to be up everybody's ass like I used to be.
Well, it's because you got probably like 3,000 followers or whatever. But
no, I ain't even that.
You follow 1,000 people.
It ain't like that. It's just I've been busy with life. I mean, it's not fucking like busy with internet. I haven't even had fucking time for internet lately. I've been like fucking sideways with my mom being sick and she's better now. But like that was bumpy, and then fucking like all this work and moving and shuffling and switching throws and flipping stuff and going here and there and everywhere, and I'm like fucking, which is why I'm like fuck yeah to be in like the most chill fucking spot I could be for this stream, so I don't actually have to fucking like go anywhere, and like maybe I wrote out fucking YouTube shit and like never got banned, and now they're all going to be coming back to YouTube, and then YouTube will figure it out because YouTube is part of fucking Google, and Google's good at figuring shit out. Just saying.
Well, there are several high-profile articles written about it, and I know like several high-profile YouTubers covered the story about YouTube kicking all cannabis channels out. Because I mean, people were complaining, but a cannabis channels on YouTube has got to be a small ass portion of what YouTube does. So
but there were a couple of big players out there, some of whom got fucking bounced, and a few of them are still around, you know.
Yeah, but big players in the cannabis world is not big players in the YouTube world. So
there was a couple that were both. I mean, Strain Central was pretty big. Custom Grow 420 was huge. I mean, those are million plus subs. Those are large. I mean, that's hard to get, man.
Yeah, definitely nowadays. Yeah.
You know, especially in the cannabis game. Yeah. But if you're making 1 million plus subs, then like, you know, they're making it on YouTube. There were people that got like fucking buttons and shit from YouTube. You know, performance buttons. The ones they send you for like the little plaque for hitting fucking X amount of fucking views or followers or whatever.
Yeah, but their hand was kind of forced, and people just don't realize that and aren't. I mean, they're mad at Google, but it's not really their fault per se.
No, but everybody's updating their privacy policy because they're trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. That's why I was like mentioning about dudism even being in amongst them. In the last, come on, anybody who has an email account that they've checked in the last 2 weeks has to have noticed that there's just like been a fuck ton of privacy policy updates, especially in the last like 48 hours.
Well, the other problem is that the internet's global, and now we have different countries wanting to pass different regulations and laws. Now companies have to play like weird ass games to, have EU regulations where they can delete their personal content or whatever, and I don't know. It's interesting. See how it all plays out.
Yeah, I mean, are they gonna go after fucking Serbia and shit for fucking hosting these servers?
Well, I mean, right now America is literally banning. Like, Backpage still exists. It's hosted in Germany. We literally Chinaed that shit and just straight IP blocked it to all of America. You know what I mean?
That shit. Speaking of, has everybody heard the new plan? Lefty's not here to defend himself, so
What's that?
That Trump is allowing ZTE to sell phones in the U.S. again, even after they sold them to Iran and North Korea and were banned in 2016. And
yeah, and Ivanka just got 5 patents in China as well. Never mind this blatant corruption taking place.
Not even that. He's allowing them to pay a $1.3 billion fine and then get back in the fucking American market for phones.
Who is it?
Trump.
ZTE. They were a popular manufacturer of a Chinese manufacturer of phones, and they were banned from the American marketplace 2 years ago when they got popped for selling phones to Iran and North Korea.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And they were like, well, why are you giving these motherfuckers the same technology? No, you can't sell us and them. No, nope. Sorry. Sell your own phones to your own people.
Yeah, my brother had one of those a couple years. Mm-hmm.
A lot of people did.
You know, I didn't notice that they weren't around. I didn't notice that they weren't around anymore.
Korea and frickin' the ZTEs were coming from China, and they were kind of fucking neck and neck there for a minute, and then like ZTE got cut off because frickin' they were selling phones to the enemy. I mean,
whatever happened to an Ericsson? You remember they had Ericsson cell phones for like a year. Who?
Sony bought them, folded the company into the Sony family, and now Sony owns Ericsson. Mischief Mike probably could tell you something about this, as he is a consummate gamer. I believe the only Ericsson products that are still being manufactured are in Congress with Sony's portable gaming department.
I thought they still had their printers and stuff too.
Oh, they do?
I think they do have commercial printers. They do have the commercial printer business.
Oh, okay.
But Sony bought them, and
so it's because all these corporations are owned by like 4 or 5 corporations, and no one realizes.
Seeming to me, they were pretty expensive cell phones at the time, as I remember correctly.
Yeah, if you passed a law that like every corporation's name had to be with the parent company's name, you'd be surprised all of a sudden how every product that you tried to purchase is produced by the same company.
Sound like somebody holding a ball.
Save those Chinese jobs. You know, there's been a lot of job loss in China.
Yeah, well, that's the issue, right? Like, I don't hate Trump inherently. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Right now, it seems like he's doing a horrible job, and everything I hear is just corruption. But, I mean, he went on a platform of taking jobs away from China and giving them back to Americans, and now he's opening up all these jobs in China again, and then mysteriously his daughter is getting these Chinese patents at the same time, and Jared Kushner's been getting all this money from the Israelis and the Saudi Arabians, and it's just like all this
interesting climate out there for it's very much in line with this kind of patience over profits. You got when it's hard to not see why there's people out there trying to freaking look out for their bottom line over their moral and social obligations.
And like, speaking of patience over profits, like if it was, I personally think like that healthcare should be single payer and most likely free for most Americans. So if you needed medical cannabis as a legitimate use, you know what I mean, besides just recreational high, which I think is perfectly fine too. If you want to use it recreationally and get high, more power to you.
I would totally take $20 an eighth from the fucking government and like all day long.
Yeah, but if they were going to give medical patients free weed, I'd be totally fine with that. You know, and there still be a rec.
I'll give it to you for 16 if you guys are doing all the legwork.
Yeah. Yeah. Medicare weed, whatever. I mean, but
yeah, that opens up another avenue for a grower somewhere, because they're going to have growers to supply that free weed.
no, once they open it up federally, like states in the Midwest that grow corn and soybean and all that stuff,
Contracts.
boom. I mean, you're talking like Midwest, they'll just grow fields of it, man. I mean,
So, any of you nerds out there familiar of ESRI or ArcGIS systems?
Not me, that's for sure.
Mapping software that you've probably seen their work on, like any number of maps that were made by the ArcGIS system. And if you ever used any kind of like online mapping program that was non-Google based, it was probably ArcGIS based. So we went to dinner last night at this place that had a bunch of coffee table books made by this company. It had a bunch of heat maps of things like, you know, crops and different stuff like that. And it's exactly like Mike's saying there. There's going to be big contract farms. They're just going to like bid out the same as they do for anything else in the commodities market.
They were talking about
ConAgra's going to be out there fucking planting fields.
They were talking about big tobacco. Behind the scenes, big tobacco is already buying up land and shit.
Well, they
just
will
for that.
They will own it. I tell you that now. There's no stopping it.
Yep.
Marlboro and all them guys will own the giant marijuana corporations. If you want to be a private, that's why we have to fight for private growing. Otherwise, the battle is for naught. It will eventually be owned by, it might take 10, 20 years, but eventually it'll all be bought out by giant corporations that have more money than you can ever dream of and that you cannot compete with.
Decriminalization, you know, just make it so that nobody, I mean, you can fine people or tell them they can or can't wherever if they want to move to a county or a city that allows it. I'm fine with like places making their own laws.
And look, if Marlboro, Ohio is great bud tenders and they grow fire, I'll grow Marlboro marijuana, you know. As
long as they provide you some avenue of either you know, personal medical growth that is regulated or unregulated growth that is decriminalized. So like if you're growing more than what is medically or locally or whatever acceptable, and I don't care if they want to be stupid like fucking places in Canada where they give you a height limit of 5 feet or whatever and you can't grow any plants that are over 2 meters.
On Hash Church, a girl on Hash Church, they're up there talking about potency limits.
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
Putting a glass ceiling in there. How about that? Wouldn't you love that? The government coming in and saying, if you got anything that tests over 29.
Well, until they can prove it can kill a fucking person, they should probably just leave it alone. And just.
But you know what that's going to do? Whatever they set that potency limit at, it's going to raise the bar.
If you want to drink yourself to death right now, you can go to the store and legally do that. So, I mean, like.
Yeah, but they can tell you how much fucking liquor's in your liquor. There's a label on your beer that says how much alcohol by volume or how many fucking proofs.
They label it, but there's not necessarily a limit. At least not in my state. I can buy moonshine here. But
no limit. But at least it's known how much you're having. There's
I'm
no
fine
limit
with that
to how much cannabis you can consume, except your own tolerance. Except you don't always have those results, and it would be nice when they're doing things like setting limits. Or you know, requiring testing to see that information.
Yeah, I don't know about setting limits, but I could totally see requiring testing to show what your strength is, and I'm fine with all of that. That's totally fine.
Well, you know, for a big market. Sell it to people other than like personal patients.
Exactly, like personal transactions. If I can grow it and I want to sell it to my buddies, that's whatever. You know,
my deal is if you sell it to somebody who's just going to smoke it, then you're just providing it to a patient. You're not providing it. If you're selling it to somebody who's going to freaking take that and pass it on to somebody else, you know, that you should be going through a distribution channel or something legitimately in a state that offers those sorts of options.
Yeah, or at least trying if you're in that kind of state. Yeah. But I mean, you can grow morel mushrooms and sell those to your buddies all day long. You know what I mean?
Was trying to convince me of that shit. Oh. I was like, what? We're in California. Here's the deal. That makes sense in a place where the climate isn't super friendly and your crop variety is limited. We're in goddamn California. All you have to do is pick your real estate and then pick which microclimate it's in and pick which fucking specialty crop you want to grow. I'm like, don't bother with mushrooms in California. If you're going to do something in California, do it with, like, the nature.
Oh, Lefty's wanting to grow, like, morels or something? Or...
Yeah, he wanted to grow mushrooms in a warehouse.
But, like, psychedelic mushrooms or, like,
edibles? No, like edibles.
Yeah. I heard that's, like, a high demand for restaurants, man. But it's, like, a hard market to get into.
There's a guy who makes fucking, like, $160,000 a year fucking growing wheatgrass. He's supplying it to all his local fucking, like, grocery stores and shit. I mean, growing is something that, like, you know, you can do it if you're good at it. It doesn't really fucking matter.
Mm-hmm. If you can find the clientele. And
being good at growing is kind of like being good at cooking. You can either follow a recipe exactly every time and learn how to follow a recipe, or you can friggin' get in tune with what you're doing and then you can kind of wing it. But you know, you got to kind of pick one or the other. But cooking's like that, where like you don't have to be a great cook if you can follow a good recipe.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can do it as long as somebody can show you how.
Yeah, I think growing's a lot like that. Yeah, there's nothing super special about
it. There's plenty of people out there that use that fucking, like, you know, general hydroponic salts, fucking 3-part formula shit, and they fucking kill it.
Mm-hmm. That's what Lefty grows with, right?
Doing just fine. Status quo. And I know a lot of people poo-poo on shit like that, but like Lefty and I have been talking about that. We've been experimenting, because you were talking about that too, Mike, how you wanted to like try all these different methods. And I know Apprentice and Undercover have both been through like the gamut of fucking like trying all kinds of different methodology to grow shit. And we always kind of come back to that. There's a reason why the old tried and true methods, I mean, barring some tweaks, there are some solid reasons behind that shit. You ask me why they make a freaking, like, you know, everything comes in 4x8 sheets. Don't ask me, but it does. So it makes certain sense to build everything in 4x8 spaces. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's my only complaint with Nextlight. Yeah, it's that it's 5x5. It's like, god damn it.
Cram them bitches in a 4x8. Close them walls in as tight as you can. We're thinking about taking some excess RTEC that we've got laying around here, and maybe even splitting up some of the areas we've got just to get more reflectivity.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to get 4 more of them, and I should be able to. I'm just going to build basic things.
Over there, freaking using GH. Everybody seen Jeep shit. Nobody nobody poo-poos on Jeep covered stuff.
Yeah.
Jeep uses herb.
Jeep grows some fucking dank, right?
Oh yeah, he does.
He's over there on that fucking GH, probably that basic 3-part with a few little amendments. You know what I mean? That's all you need.
Herb.
And that's kind of a matter of personal opinion. I have some fucking purists out there that are on that fucking like 3-part, like it's fucking crack, and that's it. They don't add nothing else. And you're looking at them like, how the fuck you grow weed with just that and that?
Is my mic moving?
That can't work. And then you like see.
No, you're breaking up.
Yeah, I always say judge the end result and not the product, because everyone has their own way. I'm much rather judge what your weed looks like at the end, you know. And
I think medium is almost more important than nutrient selection. I would like wager that the closer to soil that you can maintain, the more deep and rich the terpene profiles and the phenotypic expressions will be, and you get kind of a weaker phenotypic expression sometimes over time with less soil-like devices, though they both grow fire. You know what I mean?
I don't have the sophisticated palate to tell the difference, but what do you think about cocoa? Do you think cocoa is soil close enough?
Yeah, DWC grows fucking dank, and it does. But like, I can taste the difference between soil and cocoa, and yeah, I mean, I can taste it all. I've got that palate. Sorry. Speaking of which, we're gonna take a dab. We're gonna get all palated over.
Take it. Pallet that
Yeah,
sucker.
well, Green Diamond's in chat, so he's my inspiration for wanting to try.
Green Diamond's over here, question mark, DWC, and Jeep's over here, like, I agree. I mean, these guys are chiming in on this, and I'm kind of like,
Yeah, well, they're willing to defend their system.
that you can't grow great product in any medium method if you do it right.
That's what I want. I want to have all of them right next to each other so you can see and then see the times it takes.
That's what cups are.
Yeah, I got cocoa already. I got the deep water culture coming.
Y'all go to some cups where you get to like see everything that like 20 different freaking grower, breeder, whatever, and you get to refine that palate a little bit. You get to smell everything, you get to taste everything.
But I mean,
take me to a cup, brother.
The reason we have so many growers that grow in different mediums is because for some people, different shit works. Not everyone.
Well, yeah, and everything doesn't work for everyone.
Yeah.
Everybody has to find their own.
I'm leaning towards the American ones over here.
I'm going to try American one. I'm going to try. I'm going to make a 6x6, and I'm going to make a 6x6 drain table, or just a big raised flip table, whatever the fuck they call it. And I'm going to try and do like pure soil of just compost, all natural, worms, bugs, all that shit, right? I'm going to do that. I'm going to do cocoa, and then I'm going to do an 8-bucket deep water culture. And I'm just going to have all three of those systems constantly going, and I'll be able to see over time which one I prefer the best, But having them all right next to each other, it'll be easy.
Just make sure you're writing everything down too. Make sure you're keeping a tight journal for each one.
That's going to be the key.
Oh, I should mute myself. I'm coughing to death over here. Got the
I strongly believe that if you don't keep a tight journal, Mike, you're going to end up with.
Speaking of journals,
has a possibility to end up with problems. I'm coughing too. Sorry.
Oh yeah. I got chat hot over here with that shit.
I've been sitting over here.
We're gonna have do we have us a topic?
You can't claim one grow method is better than the other without shit.
Oh, we got a topic.
No,
it smells like a topic.
That's an opinion topic, and people will go psycho over it.
Oh yeah, but psycho's good, right? Isn't that how you get fucking people to watch?
Yeah, I guess.
You get them go nuts.
Currently in cocoa, using enzymes and good nutrients. I'm having great results right now. But I'm kind of doing like a deep water culture cocoa. It's like a real mixture of the two because my cocoa gets watered every 3 hours. So
we'll do epic grow battles of history, and we'll freaking take people's Instagram feeds and we'll mix them to music. And we'll like, who won? Who's the best? We'll make people vote on it.
Well, that's why I want to get all because I have the room to do all of these systems indoor, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Well, my grow space. So because I've never done organic soil, like pure organic. You know what I mean? Where you leave the root ball in and you just replant your plant again.
That's true no-till.
True no-till. I want to do true no-till. Yep. So I want to build up. Yep. I'm going to get a private blue mat system and just feed that with just
living
water.
soil.
And then I want to do. I have an 8-bucket deep water culture, and then I'll do.
I got a couple homies been killing it like that.
Cocoa, and then go from there.
It's like nothing beats outdoors. See, this is what I'm saying. In a climate, is the unfortunate thing about freaking Southern California. I got the most fantastic climate for any kind of agricultural enterprise you could fucking imagine, except outdoor cannabis growing.
Yeah,
at least with
here.
Plants. I'd have to grow auto flowers like exclusively outdoors if I wanted to, and I could probably get away with doing that year round. And there are motherfuckers in Southern California that like. There was a guy that got busted not too far from me in February. Outdoors,
I've seen
not
that.
too far. Yeah, and I was like, Jesus Christ. I mean, yeah, the climate's good enough to get away with it, but the deal is it's not really great that time of year. It's not ideal. and we don't get a long photo period to grow big plants. So we're kind of stuck with either autos or these kind of fucking muty fuck ups outdoors in Southern California unless you time it just right and maintain lights over your outdoor plants. Like my brother always did that. He runs a fucking light MH on a fucking post to make sure that his plants don't go to fucking sleep in his yard.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of that on Instagram. People doing that.
I'm gonna run a thalia on a post.
If it keeps them awake.
Dude, in 10 years, LEDs are going to be brighter than the sun. All right, just wait.
LEDs will be brighter than the sun. The technology that this is the thing that always gets me. I think the moment that you stop innovating and learning and think that this is where it really boils down. This is a topic that comes from y'all who know me know that I came from the restaurant industry from a long line of like before I ever, even smoked a joint or freaking, thought about growing pot or, smell the plant or any of that. I was like a little kid when I started washing dishes and working in kitchens. And, an ideology that follows from that is always that when you, as a chef or as a restaurateur, stop innovating and learning and changing and, approaching new concepts, that's when you stagnate and that's when your business folds.
Yep.
You always got to be willing to like accept that things might change a little bit. And yes, keep things the same and stable and consistency. But you have to be willing to accept change. And it follows very true for the cannabis world too, because that's the prime concern for most of us that are growing is consistency. But you have to be willing to change your approach or at least appreciate another approach's merits for whatever it has. And
I agree.
I think everybody's got different ideal situations for themselves, and depending on your situation, people always ask me, so, what's the best way to grow? And I'm like, dude, I can show you how to grow a couple dozen ways. And I couldn't tell you any of them would be like, I could give you all the pros and cons and whatever, but like it's up to you to pick something that fits you well, because different grow styles have different approaches, have different requirements, have different, time constraints. Sometimes people just don't have the time. You got to be able to automate and walk away. Or go no-till and walk away.
Yeah, I say think like no-till, deep water culture, even soil to some degree are more advanced growing for cannabis. Like if you're new to growing, I really honestly think that cocoa or some kind of soilless medium that you're adding all the nutrients to on like a base schedule that you're following some list. It's hard to fucking fuck that up. I mean,
I think that freaking ProMix fucking shit works great too, and so does fucking Rockwool and cubes and Grodan pellets. I've seen total newbie friendly systems based on a, like I said, at least a half dozen or a dozen different, completely different basis, and they're all fairly simple or and low impact. It's really up to you. How do you feel about this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like there's no wrong way. Judge the end results.
How do your patients feel about this? Do your patients care? Do your patients like give a crap if you use PGRs or grow in dirt, or if your plants are grown in a sterile environment where nothing's ever freaking touched? I mean, how do your patient preference thing? And if you're in a market where you can grow stuff that people are like, fucking totally floored by and doesn't matter, people don't ask if it's indoor or outdoor or soil or hydro. I mean, in Southern California, it's a fucking crazy ass market. You get fucking people at these events and shit asking you about your pot that actually know something. People like me. You got to realize I go to these, I earn these motherfucking pins, dude. I'm the guy that goes to the fucking booth and is like, so I've got a question. What about this? And they're just like, oh my God, it's this guy.
Yep. But we're glad you do, though. I mean, we're glad you asked the questions because people aren't asking those questions. Somebody has to.
Personal preference, though. I mean, it's still what it all boils down to me is you're smoking something. So if you're smoking something, then you've got to know it's carcinogenic in some form, and less so depending on how it's refined or consumed. But the fact that it is a plant that is filled with highly volatile chemicals leads me to believe that there would be some both beneficial and detrimental effects, especially from smoking it. So battling about what gets into the flowers is always kind of been a gray area for me.
Yeah, I'm the same. No one's living forever.
But that thumbs up for the support. No, it's thumbs down and unsubscribe around here.
Thanks for stopping by, Bingus.
We appreciate the love. We appreciate anything we can get. So, official science business. We're rolling these. I don't know if all y'all were here last week, but these are coming up this week. We got that Jinx Proof hammer, and then the people under the stairs, Chem Dog. So that's gonna be fun coming up. We're popping those probably live tomorrow on the stream. I don't know. We'll see how things roll.
Got to run the hot jams, man. You got to run the hot jams.
You guys are gonna stream tomorrow? It's a holiday.
Yeah, fuck yeah, it's a holiday. I'm going to stream. I'm going to be right here because you know what? You know what my family does on holidays? Because where we come from, they work.
Yeah, I'll be here watching because you guys are going to hear a happy story.
So, Ms. Beaver's got to work. She's scheduled, I think, 9 to 5 tomorrow.
No, we want to hear sad stories, Michael.
My family's all dead, so I'll be here watching.
10 a.m., so I might actually take my normal 10 a.m., and we might take Mardi or Monday into like new holiday because we got a studio and a fucking live internet connection that hasn't actually dropped me in over an hour.
Yep, I'm impressed.
And I get to sit on a fucking couch and I could like literally put my feet up if I wanted to.
Yeah, you're not quite at Bingus's level. When we had him on our show, yeah, so bad. Your mic is closer though. I like the mic. Now we got to just upgrade that camera a little bit.
Oh, you want the 1080 camera and better lighting and shit?
Yeah, I want it all, man.
It's coming.
Bingus is like the ringleader on his show. I'm gonna have to be that guy. I think I'll keep all these crazy people.
Okay, yeah. I give everybody the wrench, so everybody gets all wrenchy with it. I love it. Bingus is super active. I love him. He's always been freaking super helpful.
Getting wrenchy with it, huh?
Yeah, I like
everybody gets a wrench. Some people lose them, I guess. Well, I haven't seen them lost yet. So I guess it's probably time to take another smoke something or something. Where's my dab?
Yeah, I have a nice dab in my purple outline to do. Yeah, it you to get 4K. I don't think we can. I don't think the internet could handle 4K. Geez.
Yeah, I can't go 4K.
Oh, that's floor rosin now.
Floor rosin.
Never mind the dog hairs. They will burn off first.
All right.
Yeah, they will.
No, that's not floor rosin. That's some first order extracts, homie.
First order extracts.
Hold on. I'm gonna do what Lefty wouldn't dare, and I'm gonna slab dab.
Slab a dab. Slab a dab, do ya?
Oh, that's a lot. I'm not doing that much. I got shit to do in the next couple days.
No, I like slab dabbing actually because you can dab just as much as you want. It's actually less than you think.
I see. You got your dirty ass fingers all over the rest of the slab. Yeah, I see why that's like that. And he's like, I don't know what your sweaty ass
Leftovers.
Yeah. They didn't stick to my fingers. Yes, because they're all sweaty as shit.
Leftovers.
No, this stuff's pretty stable. It doesn't stick too much. It's definitely snappy. If you like pull it too fast, it'll break. You can move it if you move it slow.
all the rosin I've been pressing out of the keef has just been turned into like crumble. It just eventually becomes like a powder. It's not even like a shatter or anything. It just completely dries out like a powder.
I'm gonna grab some gloves. BRB. Hold on,
BRB, buddy. We all with you. BRB. Heat that now. Heat that now. Heat that now.
Real loud?
That's not real loud. I can hear the torch.
I don't want to bother
Eat
everybody.
that banger.
I like hot bangers. Yeah, I don't like the Enels. Even the Enels I have set at like 800. I just don't like them.
You don't like low temp bangs
I just
or
don't like
rips?
those. Yeah.
It happens. Not everybody does. I switch it up because I like the low temp for what it offers, but I like the high temp for what it offers too. So
High temp's just like a rocket ship. You know what I mean?
yeah, it is. But I like the low temp for its
Flavor.
medicinal
Yeah.
qualities.
Like when I have people come over, I give them low temp just because the flavor's off the charts.
Oh, dude, yeah. Well, in the quality, I think the quality is better, or not quality, but the.
Well, you're burning off less terpenes, and I mean, it's combusting at a lower temperature, so there's benefits and negatives to all of that. But so I mean, yes, but you're preserving a lot more of the terpene, the flavor terpenes at that lower temperature, so that's why it tastes so much better. But I just have a shitty palate, so it doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah, true. Having a chili pellet sucks.
Yeah, I'm like the Dewey Cox of marijuana smokers, but for taste.
As you can see, I mean, it's pretty. Like I stretched that out,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not all stuck to my gloves. Right?
Oh wait, no, I can't because of that looking.
No, it looks pretty nice.
Yeah, now I can see because I am looking. Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Hold on. Nothing's wrong with it. I'm just going to show you something.
Oh, show me something. Oh wow.
So, I'm going to take our little Allen wrench tool here, right?
Oh, shattered it. I see.
It went from that to that, like that.
Just from you not touching it.
That's nice. I wish just the market was more clear on what consistency and color and all that really means regarding the final product.
Yeah, it would help clarify things, but
You don't want to smoke that.
why?
Turd. Doo-doo.
Turd? Total poo-poo, huh?
Yeah, it's poo that was blasted with chemicals
You don't want to smoke and then
out of
doo-doo.
a tube.
Yeah, let's take a little piece of that doo-doo aside. A little piece.
Whoa.
Little piece. A piece just that day. Little tree. Kind of happy little tree.
Happy little tree. You're gonna put one over here, and then we're gonna put one over here. Might put a little friend over here.
Little doober thing here. We're gonna take a finger dab.
What? Finger dab?
Yeah. Let always freaks Lefty out. Tell him it's my favorite dab tool. So we're gonna grab our little dab tool. All right.
Who's a big boy now?
It puts the lotion on its skin.
No, it doesn't burn me. It's just my skin's thick enough because I have enough callus.
I hear you. When I was back in my days in the restaurant business, dude, my hands were so tough I could literally reach in a 500-degree oven without an oven mitt on and grab anything I wanted to.
I feel you, Bingus. My space bar is made of a Q-tip. I can't type either.
Oh, snoots. That's a scientific space bar right there, brother. Whoa.
It works though. Like I can even like kind of like tap it like a space bar. It works.
Yep, we are sponsored by poverty.
I'm sponsored by poverty.
Brought to you by poverty.
Well, y'all saw my shirt, right?
You can agree with me, or you can be wrong.
I like that.
This Duber got this. It's a very, very Duber shirt.
Very Duber shirt. Yeah, that does seem to be a
talked
Duber
about
shirt.
earlier. Sometimes it's hard to get a word in edgewise. I've been trying to be quiet. Play with my shatter.
I've been sitting here being quiet trimming all day.
Oh, I can hear you trimming. You're not being quiet. Well, I can hear you snipping anyway. Snip.
Can you really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Dude, Bingus. Oh, Bingus is link. Is that way? Nice. You can get a discount code for HLG.
What's the discount?
Bingus is a
You gotta
team
email
member.
him. He said it. Hit up Bingus. Branded. Y'all didn't catch that? I just had to read back through it.
Bingus is like in the mix with the HLG now. He's a representative. Happy for the man.
We gotta get HLG to help us freaking throw down on the freaking third unit of freaking Star Killer.
They got NV Closet Med Grower is a panel member now on GML show.
Oh really?
Lots of knowledge there, man. That's I'm glad they brought him on.
I've been MIA for so long. Busy working.
That dude is an encyclopedia of cannabis knowledge.
Oh, I always like MV.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I'd like to sesh with him a couple of times. That would be cool.
Oh, dude, I would love to sesh with a couple of guys on. Yeah. Hell yeah.
They're all. I'll tell you, I've seshed with them all, and they're all as cool as like you say, for the most part.
Yeah, hell, they're just people like we are, dude.
Yep. Well, for the most part, I mean, there's a couple of shitty people in the community. I had a really kind of shitty.
Hang out with Sub.
I met one very prominent member of the community that's often the butt of private jokes on the SciEnts servers. So we don't need to name. We all know. We don't need to feed the ego.
Are we talking about Lefty?
No. Yes. We weren't gonna say his name though.
Oh fuck.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, I actually, you know, what's really funny. America One says they couldn't get me to go on GML, so they had to settle for MV. I'm like, yeah, because you can agree with me, you could be wrong. But no, it's funny because GML actually is where his base of operations is strangely enough. Many of you know that I am not born in America. I was born in Canada, and many of you also know that GML is from Canada. The place where he's from is literally like right where I was born. Like
cool.
We're not like an hour's drive from each other.
I was under the impression that he was on Vancouver.
I saw some post that he made, and I was like, "Oh, what up, dude? You're like right there, huh?" And he's like, "Whoa, yeah, I am." And I was like, "Yeah, this was kind of a trip."
I was under the impression he was on Vancouver Island.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I am also from Vancouver Island.
Yeah,
Originally.
he's done a couple of live streams where he's like on his way home and he has to get on that ferry and shit. That would be cool.
Those ferries are pretty dope. Just saying that the
I guess
Wasson ferry in
like-
particular is really dope. That's the one that takes you like over to the peninsula so you can get to the mainland. That's the main one that people on the island usually take to get to America. The Wasson ferry.
Right.
Look, I played with it. I played with it back into a little puck again.
Yay, you did it. What is that? Like a couple grams here, or what that you're playing with?
It's probably like 0.8. I took a couple.
Oh, it's not even a gram.
No. It was a gram at one point, and then like, a couple dabs have been taken off it. I can go weigh it up. I can fold it to a little. I'm getting really good at working this stuff now. That's part of like the work I've been doing to like, make all those awesome little slabby shapes that everybody loves. How to get that Swiss cheese effect. How to make it crumble and how to make it freaking sauce. And I've been playing, learning, fun. Self-taught extract college.
Self-taught extract college. I like that. Duber's Extractology.
No,
Is that your next video series? Duber's Extractology? Or your first video series, I should say. $19.99 for the DVD set.
Literal pull and snap.
When can I expect my samples in the mail again?
Oh.
Just kidding. Just kidding, brother. That looks like fun to play with, though.
Oh, this isn't nobody's sample.
He's like, this is my head. He goes, this is going to be inhaled into my lungs.
Well, yeah, Lefty won't touch it now. This is like mine. I just claimed it with my fingertips.
Yes, you did.
He's not gonna get this far into the show, man. Just tell him.
Ow. Man.
You'd be surprised.
Totally sell it to him.
You'd be surprised. I bet you he goes back and watches them all.
Lefty, if you watch
every time I've ever been over to Lefty's house,
I want you to DM me in Discord.
Time I've ever been over to Lefty's house, you know what he's doing?
Watching a show.
Watching YouTube.
Yeah. Well, that's like me. It's always in the background, but I'm always doing like 3 different things on other screens or whatever.
Yeah, but he'd look up and be like, what the fuck is... Oh, fucking Duber. God damn it. What is he doing with that piece of...
Fucking Mischief Mike. What's that little son of a bitch saying about me now? Yeah.
I wish there was a way that chat goes on the same screen. They are making it like that, Doobie. For afterwards. Like when you watch the show later, it shows the chat. I don't think Hangouts has enabled me to do that. Let me see if I can get cameraman to work on here. I don't think it'll do that, though. What?
I think you should always just record an audio-only feed and just upload them as podcasts.
Yeah, we're working on that as well. That's really...
Like, so you have both, you know. Do the JRE method.
Camera keeps trying to focus on the damn microphone.
Always trying to focus.
Camera's always trying to focus on the microphone. Awful.
The whole freaking thing is always trying to focus.
That should work. It's off screen. Oh, fun! If the GML show chat was on the same screen, we can go back to OBS if we're doing like solo shows. It's just hard to have guests and run OBS because Hangouts and OBS are strictly secondary streaming source. If we can work out a way to like work it through a Skype or something, maybe just Discord hasn't done it for us. Maybe we can find a way to integrate Hangouts into OBS so I can run OBS on this here and get some freaking business handled that way. and we can do like a really nice with the. Cause I really like the OBS setup with the way the chat was on the screen and everything. It just was a little more resource heavy, and I couldn't run that on the laptop on the fly. That required a little more of a desktop computer situation with a hard line.
Yes, it does. Need a hard line.
In order
You
to
need
get
lots of
that
RAM too.
Yeah, so I have a decent machine here. I mean, I know Mischief Mike would probably say I'm running on fucking Doritos. Like my cord management is atrocious. It's not terrible. The setup I have isn't terrible and is totally capable of running OBS as long as there's a stable internet connection. So we may look into getting a more streamlined show there, dude, with chat. Zoom. Yeah, I've heard of this Zoom. Oh, yeah, a little clickety clack. Clickety clackety. Zoom application using shows superior. I've heard about this Zoom. I've got an email. I looked into it. Oh, you register, you get an automatic. Hey, wait, is Zoom sponsored by like HLG? Now you got me asking real questions. Now this gets weird. Wait a minute. What's the Bingus old man new tech? Oh yeah, dude. I love Bingus. He is the most unlikely source of. I love all his.
Sorry, guys. Man.
You mute yourself. Hold on. I'll mute you. I'll mute you for you. Mute me for me. That was crazy loud. Yeah, I always loved Bingus had his like badass how-to videos. Those were some of my favorite videos, Bingus. I love those. I never used the same. Oh. That's funny. Bless you, says Green Diamond. I had to mute him though. Sorry, he was being so loud. What happened to Mike and UCG? They were over there somewhere.
Thank you for the blessings, y'all.
Still here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. Like something just hit me all of a sudden. Bam.
I'm just not chopping dead bodies in the fucking background. So
neither am I.
Go back and watch the video.
Oh man, yeah.
You like random. You'll take over the screen for like half a second, like something you're doing. I don't know what the hell's going on back there. I tried to warn you. Got muted.
These guys. That's all right. I couldn't have picked a better group of guys to hang out with on a Sunday afternoon.
I was just thinking that. I'm enjoying hanging out with y'all today. I really have enjoyed just sitting here chilling, hanging out with y'all.
I'm happy I don't have to work tomorrow. It's like a relief.
Wait, hey, Bingus, does Zoom let you make your own commercial breaks? That's my favorite thing about OBS is the fact that I can run my own commercial breaks, and then I can like go take 5 for a second. Or you can go like take a piss or like spit or cough or do whatever they have to do. I mean, like just running for a couple of hours. Sometimes it's a pain in the ass without, especially while I love having the ability to like every 45 minutes or so take a little break and get up and walk around.
I'm confused.
Well, don't feel like you're pinned down to that couch because you can get up and walk around if you feel like it. Go away.
I might. Hold on.
We'll hold this shit down for you, bro.
I actually haven't clicked it yet, Bingus. Maybe you can help me out. Is it just live hosting, or can you actually go back and watch previous episodes? The Zoom. Because when I clicked on the link before and it expired, it was like dead. I didn't know. So I figured it was just like live only, which that's like the biggest bummer about any kind of show if you can only access it when it's live. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when it's up.
Because hosting, I realize hosting is the problem. So I mean, I'm just curious if Zoom is just a live stream thing. Okay, he puts them on his webpage. Okay.
So yeah, you can use the Zoom not only to stream, but you can like use it to record as well. That's
Because
kind of
usually
how
I just don't catch the show at the right time. You know what I mean? Because I definitely get them on my email, but when I click them later, they go nowhere. So I was just curious if there was a way for me to access them, just watch at my own convenience. You know. I mean, it sucks. YouTube's making us jump through all these hoops. You know, hopefully they back up with that. But
hold on.
I'll actually open that in another window and watch it later. Thank you.
I'm gonna do this.
Thank you, Bingus. I'll have to look for the rerun link. I don't know if I've seen that one.
So Marduber joined as Marduber now. Whoa!
Oh, we entered the fucking Twilight Zone.
Twacko.
Bingus, there's 8 people watching. You're fine talking in chat.
Yeah, you can totally take over chat. You can actually join. Shoot Bingus the link for Hangouts in the chat so that he can join us if he wants to.
That's Doobie's job. I don't put.
Doobie, no. Doobie, copy the link for Hangouts and post it in live chat, please.
Bingus is trying to have a good time. He doesn't want to come. I mean, he's more than welcome, I guess. But he doesn't want to come on our stream and listen to a bunch of crazy people talk about.
We're not being crazy today. We're just chilling out, hanging out today. We saved the crazy stuff for when Bingus isn't around, so he feels comfortable to join.
I think I'm unmuted, right?
Yeah, you're unmuted now. You had to mute yourself with SciEnts, though. You were
No, I had to
echoing
mute
out
myself as
throughout
both.
eternity. Oh.
I very much had to mute myself as both. So we've been thinning the herd. The herd has been thunned.
Thunned? The thunning has begun?
Herds are thunned and the clones are done.
Nice.
Those are the Spartan Kush over there, as well as the peyote pancakes. The tester, those are the peyote pancakes over there from Coma. And then Spartan Kush here from Ocean Grown. And I think that's an Alien Rift Mom. And a couple of wedding cake. I don't know which ones those ones are. Those might be the last couple of keepers of wedding cake and a couple of big grapefruit glues in the back getting ready to get chappy.
Whose wedding cake? Is that Jungle Boys?
Seed Junkie Genetics, something like that.
Junkie.
See, and that enabled me to stand up, walk around, go get a beverage. So what the hell we got? Mike here. We haven't heard from UCG in a while. He's been quiet.
He's clipping away.
He's just over there snipping.
Yeah, he's snipping away. Every once in a while, you can hear a snip, clink on the. You can hear a bud clink on the glass tray. You have to listen deeply.
Yeah, the peyote pancake had a fairly high male ratio, but the structure on them is really nice. So I find it really pretty. It's actually a really pretty male. Both of these are a little light. I like me a pretty boy. How's that for beautiful?
Oh,
too bad he's
really
a
nice structure. Man, look at the structure.
Stayed on the bottom because
you saving
we've
him
been letting
for
him sit out for a couple of days.
Oh, you're not saving him or nothing?
But man, the leaf structure on that's very Bubba Kush. We gotta hold on. Ugh. unzipping my pants. Sorry. Let's see. Where's my favorite girl? This is my favorite girl of those bunch. She's a little runty, but God, she's going to have some really nice structure. Oh. Yeah. These guys are hungry. Can't believe we're feeding these at like 1.6, 1.7. Hungry, hungry hippos.
You let those ones in the right there get pretty big in those cups. Oh, this transplant before they get too big.
Yeah, that's part of why they're not feeding so well. Oh, gotta zip them back up though. It's getting chilly in there. AC be running in the freaking house. And the weather's been kind of chill out here lately. Getting that fucking, like I said, that June gloom. Ugh. 1 second, I gotta wrestle. Oh wait, no, actually, you guys can probably still hear me just fine.
Yeah. Yep, UCG, I ended up getting 3 more pop. That's all I have. So hopefully I get some good females out of that. And I got 5 California Cannon, 3 the Deputy, 3 Exodius Cheese.
Wait, what?
Clones, all the stuff in my flower tent or my veg tent. I've been popping seeds like crazy because I'm planning on getting all these new lights. So.
Oh, so you're getting a new rodeo ready to go to the show? Yeah. Got a new.
Well, I don't really have a good mom tent and on that. You know what I mean? So I'm popping just all kinds of stuff right now. So I'm going to be growing like all different kinds of strains for the moment, but just looking for moms.
Out cruising for sexy ladies.
Now, are you going to take your current grow and turn that into your mom's or your veg, I should say?
No. So I already have I have a giant veg. Well, the one room that I have now is a room that's split with polyfilm, like 2 layers split. So I have that one whole side is veg and one whole side is like a flower. But I'm really only using like half of each side, right? So I have plenty of room to expand in that room. Plus, I have a whole nother room that I'm going to turn into all flower. So really, I should be able to just use the veg as it is because, I mean, you don't need to make them that big in veg. You know what I mean? So 3 gallons is usually what I run or what I flower in. So, and like I said, I'm going to do different styles. So I'm going to do some deep water culture. I'm going to do some no-till living organics. And then I'm going to do my cocoa system that works kind of like deep water culture, but it's deep water cocoa, you know.
Drip cocoa.
Yeah, drip cocoa, basically. It's been working really well for me. So, and I figured out a way to make the cleaning buckets really easier, so I don't got to do it all the time. But yeah, I'm trying this new deep water culture system from like Aqua. Shit, I forgot the name of that company.
Active Aqua.
Yeah, they have neat little buckets. I mean, obviously they're overpriced, but they show the water level on the side. They don't use air stones; they just pump the water in right through the tubings. There's no air stones to clean. Don't worry about.
I think I'm gonna get a Trumpy bear. Let my dog fuck it.
Might be worth something one day, man. Like a beanie.
Are we gonna let Trump get
Whoa.
effigy?
Dude, you started talking about Trump, and the server went to shit. So.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, Mardu, we can't hear you at all. They targeted California first.
No, I can hear.
Okay, we got you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can now.
Hold on, I'm going to get back in front of the station.
Like when you speak fast, it breaks up. And if you speak too loud, it breaks up. It seems like.
All
But no, there's one of those cars. That's
Oh, Jesus. You are being hypnotized. Follow Mischief Mike on Instagram. He needs more followers. Oh, the dogs disagree. Marduber's gone.
That loop was awful. Sorry. Wow.
Yeah, that was different.
Sorry, guys. I didn't realize it was doing that. I was like,
So
holy
I'm
crap, it hit buttons and shit. Sorry for the loop, guys.
I'm done with trimming gel for today. Now I'm going to smoke.
There you go.
Sesh time.
I'm getting ready to here.
I watched Doobie's first video. I missed chat for a minute while I was off and wandering.
Doobie's first video.
Oh, yeah. There's Doobie with the link. Follow Mr. Mike on Instagram.
I'm telling you, Doobie is on top of shit, man. He's the man. Doobie is the man.
I put a post up of my head stash, part of my head stash, and Doobie said that'll be enough for a while on Discord.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that. That is quite a nice head stash, though, I must say.
Those two amber jars are blue green.
Ooh, blue to the green. Mm.
And that's just, I mean, that's, yeah, I've got more, but they're little bitty jars. Somehow or another, I wound up with a whole bunch of the pint-sized jars.
Yeah.
Or no, excuse me, the half-pint jars. I mean, you can barely get a quarter bag in of, you know, real fluffy, not fluffy, but dense buds, and you know, it makes for a huge sack. So, like, you got to really stuff a half ounce in it.
Yeah, stuff them, and that's no good.
Well, you know, I mean, breaking your buds, all, you know, if you want flat weed, go get some fucking Mexican reg.
Yeah.
The way I look at it. So I just don't like to break it up like. Neither do the people that want it. You know, they want to break their own buds up. You know?
Yep, I
It'd
do.
be like somebody and say, "Here, I got this quarter bag. I went ahead and ground it up for you." Now what? Fuck that.
I don't mind.
Well, no, I would mind.
As long as the price is right. I'll smoke anything, though. That's Duber. That's the Duber way.
That's you, yeah.
I will smoke
Now, there's
whatever.
a few like that around here that, yeah, you could probably tell them yard grass and they'd be happy.
Don't sell me no yard grass. Shit better have some goddamn terpenes and trichomes on it. If it don't bring it to me.
That's right.
Oh, I'll smoke yard grass.
Why?
Why not? It's a question you should ask yourself.
No, I asked the question why for, son. When you do not have to, don't do
Are
it.
you asking me to, like, purchase it?
No.
I mean, the price better be fantastic if you're asking me to purchase it. If not, like, I am not a man who will look any green grass.
Could be a great salesman like you. I got this yard grass that will fuck you up. $50. And
You
like,
only got to smoke this bag, dude, and you will be
I know it just
stoned
looks
for
like regular
15
yard
minutes.
grass, but no, this was blessed by a California homeless hippie with his dying breath, yo. This will get you fucked up. You'd be like, I guess.
Start putting fentanyl in the weed.
Mm-hmm.
First person dies on your weed, and everybody all over it. Get some Chinese fentanyl. Save a Chinese job.
Save a Chinese job, brother. Save a Chinese job.
So that's what we're gonna do for Memorial Day. We'll do a special episode tomorrow. I know Lefty had some kind of topic he said he was gonna prepare, but we haven't heard from him today. So we'll see what's on the board for his little topic preparation. Either way, we're gonna stretch the show out tomorrow. I mean, we're gonna fucking like all the way to the limit.
Taking it to the next level, son.
Might as well.
You got the time. You got the rhyme. Let's do it.
Kids are off school. We have a stable internet connection. Psh, fucking game on. You can agree with me, and you could be wrong. We'll pop some beans.
We're gonna do some bean popping.
Bean popping, shit talking. Hang up some more posters.
It'll be a straight up Mardi Monday for show.
Oh, show. All right.
Supposed to rain here tomorrow.
Hearn what?
Supposed to rain here tomorrow, so hopefully I'll be able to join.
It's supposed to rain here too. Shitty day.
Actually, tomorrow, Saturday, and Wednesday.
I don't pay attention to that anymore. In Southern California, they never know what the fuck they're talking about with the weather.
Yeah, same here.
I find myself paying attention to you guys' weather.
Oh. Tried to hold that point up. Melted.
If you don't leave the house, the weather's irrelevant.
Oh, dude, I feel bad. Y'all want to see something bad? Remember earlier I was putting my feet up? Feel bad since I did this, but y'all see that? You know what that is, right?
Some old wood toes.
That's a flip-flop tan, homie.
It just looks like feet.
And
You gotta see the tan line there, right? Like,
not really.
the
Shitty
No.
line.
shape of my flip.
Not really.
Just looks like you're showing off your feet, really.
Oh, yeah. Somebody's masturbating now.
Yeah, well, someone paused it and stopped right here.
Wait.
They weren't
How about
planning on it even.
This is not a foot fetish stream. The fuck?
How about that now?
No. No.
Now that makes it interesting. What the fuck is that? Is that one of those mushrooms you were talking about earlier?
No, that's Duber's toes, homie. You said I was showing off my feet.
Flip flops earlier.
Yeah, dude, I rock flip flops everywhere, dude.
That should be a crime.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be a crime.
Dude, that's a toe growing out of your toe.
Yeah, that's what my kids call it. They're like, it's my dad's got an extra toe.
Dude, they could just chop that shit off. What are you waiting on? Just insurance? What the fuck?
I can't believe you haven't cut that off. That should have never been allowed to do that.
They wanted $1,000 because they said it was cosmetic.
Dude, I'd pay $1,000 to cut that off my fucking
Goddamn
foot.
right.
It doesn't really bother me. I mean, it's not painful or anything.
No, I agree.
No, it bothers everyone else.
It bothers everyone else.
Yeah, we should get a GoFundMe to fucking fix that shit. Because
Fucking A, man.
the fact that you
Go
wear
fund the
flip-flops. Yeah.
The fact that I wear flip flops, is that surprising to you?
No, it's not. It's actually not surprising to me at all. That's the funny part.
If I caught you around here walking around with that
No,
and
I
flip
think,
flops,
honestly, if you have some
I'd
fucking
be like, you
growth
need
or
to leave
something,
that at home.
you gotta own that shit, right? I mean, you have to.
Oh, yeah. I can't officially cut it off until my friend Kyle has tattooed it with a face, and then we're going to put it in a jar and save him. And I'm going to keep him in my medicine cabinet so that if anybody gets snoopy when they come over to my house and starts digging through my medicine cabinet, they're going to find this pickled fucking toe with a
It's
face
slowly gonna
tattoo
grow
on it.
back into another version of you. Yeah, just over time. I don't know.
If you tattoo it, then you should just fucking leave the thing.
No, it has
Especially when it's in the face.
it sheds skin. Feet shed skin pretty fast anyway, and foot tattoos are notorious for not lasting very long. But it sheds skin a little faster than normal because it's an abnormal growth. So
I will say,
yeah,
I have another buddy that has fucked up feet too, where he doesn't have any toenails in his feet.
oh God,
So his feet, yeah, they look like they're little alien. But I mean, like, if you got a deformity or something, or if you got a horrible, disgusting looking third toe on your shit, like Marduber does, you just gotta own that shit. You know what I mean? Because that's life. You know,
Mr. Toeduber.
some guy at a fucking convenience store not too long ago was okay. Is it time? Yeah, Tales from the Dew. Time for Tales from the Dew. This is also another 7-Eleven story. This tells you I spend, as Lefty says, I have a 7-Eleven fetish. I spend entirely too much time at 7-Eleven. I might hit 4 different 7-Elevens in any given day.
You just kind of loiter around in the store.
The only people watching are the fucking 3 of us that are streaming this thing right now.
Oh yeah, whatever.
No shit.
Green Diamond's in here like, oh my god, yeah, I drove everyone away with my feet. That toe is fucking gone.
Dude, I'd run from that fucking toe too if I seen it. If I was at the guy, if I didn't
I'm still here. I just have been muted because I forgot that I was muted.
Yeah, it was
I was
nice.
talking the whole time. Sorry, guys.
It was nice.
You missed out. Oh, okay. I can go back to muted. I mean,
no, you're supposed to say "fuck you." You can't just be like, "I'll go back to muted." That makes me feel bad. All right.
I was listening to you talking to everybody, and I looked at my phone and was like, "Oh fuck, I'm muted." Once again. So anything that I just said, never mind, because you didn't hear it.
So Tale from the Dew. This toe. I go to fucking 7-Eleven, and the guy was talking about freaking buying a fucking trap whip with the 7-Eleven guy, or with another guy at the counter before they were like gonna make their purchase. And he was saying how like, oh yeah, it ain't got no fucking bumper, no license plates, blah 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 blah, but it's only fucking $50. Da, da, da. And I was like, oh shit, trap whip? He's like, yep, but better than 210. He goes, 2 legs, 10 toes. I go, yeah, I take the 211. I'm in my flip flops, and the guy looks down and just like falls the fuck over. Like,
right.
Oh my god! These guys, yeah.
Yeah, I bet that was hilarious.
Oh, yeah. I own it. Like Mike says, if you got a toe like that, fuck yeah, you own it. Sometimes I used to draw it with Sharpie markers and shit. Draw little faces on there and shit.
I own my shit, man. I'm a fucked up, scarred looking son of a bitch. I don't care. I just don't want y'all to see me. Know who I is.
Watch me do me. All 3 of you watch me do me. No, we're gonna turn this into a
Sorry. Whew.
all day holiday. Y'all got work tomorrow? They said it's raining. What about you, Mike? You gonna be around?
Yeah, I'll be around tomorrow. Actually, I don't have work.
Yeah, I'll be.
Holiday, huh?
Yep.
Holiday. Everybody's on holiday.
Not work.
Every day's a holiday for me now.
Remembrance.
Every day's a holiday. Every day's a day of working.
Yeah, I'm tired of working.
I'm tired of you being tired of working.
I know.
I wish I was still working sometimes.
Oh, dude, no, I work my ass off every day. Like
I do too, but not like at a job.
Yeah, I work at a job and make somebody else a lot of money every day.
Yeah.
I mean, I even know what they get paid per hour compared to what I get paid per hour. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
Well,
really,
yeah,
like
it is, but still.
Yeah, I know what the contract rate is. So, like, they charge a company $135 an hour, and I'm only getting paid like $27. You know what I mean? So.
Well, that's the way it shakes out, though, bro.
Yeah.
You ain't the big man. You the little man right now.
corporate skimming. They got to get their money somehow.
You can be the big man someday, Mike. I know you have the potential.
Yeah. I just don't have the motivation, so I'm fine with that. I just want to live down by the van or Doobies I'll be in like Duber's motorhome park in my little van.
Dude, I will bring you so much strange.
Just grow weed all day long. Salt.
Wait a minute. How did you get?
It's
No,
California.
no, I that for my homies because, like, as a younger man, I had mainly female friends. I didn't have a lot of male homies. I had a lot of ladies.
You know, I did too. Honestly,
So I'm that guy that they ask all the time. So like, anytime a homie's like, "I'll be like, hey."
Like, hey,
And
yeah,
my recommendation's all it takes. You know, they're like, "Oh, really? He must be nice." Duber said so.
Yeah. I am a nice guy, so look at the benefit of the doubt. You know?
Exactly.
I'll be like an innocent Midwestern boy.
I never have a problem with my homies because I know my homies treat them with respect.
It'd be crazy. I'm excited. I want to go out west. You know, I'm at the age where it's time. If I'm ever going to do
west,
it
young
now.
man.
Yeah.
You know what? We need to get you a school bus.
Dude, I've already bought my bus, man. I've already bought it. It's huge, but it's a 2006 Dodge van.
Hey, yeah, but no, you need like a school bus, party bus. I mean,
well, I've already got this one fairly pimped out already, but eventually, yeah, I'll maybe upgrade once I get out there, because a lot of people do that out there, so you can buy like already made ones. No one does that shit out here, so I got to make my own, 100%.
Behind you, dude. You can find a like badass buses at the auctions out here for like fairly cheap.
Yeah. I just don't want to be poor and homeless, so I want to make sure I have like $40,000 to $60,000 in the bank minimum, and then try and set up some consultant work. Maybe use my Instagram as a resume, you know, to go around, to drive around to different sites, stuff like that. You know, that's the dream, anyways. We all gotta have something. So,
well, there you go, dude. On eBay for $1,700, right there.
Boom. Problem solved.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't need something that goddamn big.
Not yet. It takes a lot of money to convert them, because I got mine with like solar power and a bed, batteries. Like I said, I'm trying to make it where it's my computer, because I never leave my house or my computer desk anyway, right? So if I just make this into my bus, then I'll be okay. I can survive. So get it done.
Yeah, man, minimalist.
There's several good YouTube videos. One dude had a Mercedes van, one of those newer ones, and tricked that motherfucker out, man.
Oh, it's like the thing to do right now.
Really
all about it.
He got a fucking queen size bed in that bitch. The whole back of it's a bed.
That's pretty much what I've done.
Official phone call.
I mean, it would be, I would like to have something like that, but I wouldn't. I mean, I don't want to live in it all the time. It'd be hard to, unless I pull it behind me. Wind up pulling my grow around behind me.
Oh, dude. There's a company near me, like 10 miles away, that does
Converts the trailers.
Oh, they do all kinds of fucking buses, new and used. But yeah, like the ones Mike's talking about that are super dope are definitely a little more pricey.
Well, hell yeah. But the cool thing about yours, Mike, is like you having to build it out all yourself. I mean, that's customized. I mean, 100%. That's even better. I mean, because then if you buy something, you're having to compromise on other things and then innovate it. This way, you'll already have shit dialed in.
Oh, dude, a short bus with 5.7. That's essentially like Mike's van. Something like that.
Pretty big.
I mean, like
that wouldn't be bad. That wouldn't be bad. God damn.
Uh-oh, it's business time on Sunday.
Oh yeah.
That's right. It's about that time anyway.
Yeah, it's getting.
We're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah,
That's
I'll
probably
definitely,
at least with the
I'll
stream
definitely
line,
be around
you
for
got
the show
3
tomorrow.
viewers, and probably 2 of them are y'all at least. Probably me. So
I'm definitely one of them. Yeah, I think we killed everyone. All the views.
it was the toe. It's always the toe, man.
Yeah, it's you don't matter with the live stream. Like YouTube doesn't bother this, so people can watch it later in the background. So Lefty, if you're still here, I want you to DM me and tell me that you're still listening at the end of this, right? Because I don't think you are. And Duber better not rap this shit out and tell you either. So, all right.
Other than maybe like being like, you see the stream? No. Like that's the I know, just honestly, like I might ask him like that might come up in conversation. I'm not promising it won't. But
You've not been active on Instagram lately, have you?
Me? I haven't been active on shit lately except for friggin' work.
Well, Lefty's put some stuff on there, I've seen. I'm just curious.
Oh, he has?
Hey guys, it was nice hanging out with you. I am going to get up out of here and try to finish out my day doing something not as productive as, or a little bit more productive than this, but not too productive, I should say.
Masturbating.
No. Grooming.
Nothing better than that.
Yeah.
Holler at me after a while.
I will.
Later, man.
Take it easy, guys. Thanks for having me.
Have a great afternoon. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Are we out?